On today's That Park Place Daily Countdown, a Disney producer says more Encanto is coming, but not a movie. Best Buy betrays us all. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge finally gets the droids you're looking for. Sonic faces off against Super Mario on the sales charts for the first time in years, and Disney premieres another 45-second thrill ride. All that and more on That Park Place. Welcome, one and all, to That Park Place's Daily News Countdown. I'm Jonas J. Campbell. I forgot who I was for a second. Vash, who are you?
I believe I'm Vash Sky, but I don't know. I haven't checked. It's early this morning, you know?
Last time I checked the dictionary, my name was still Ron Burgundy. That being said, we've got news from the entertainment sector, the video game sector, the streaming sector, and the sector. Let's get right to our contributors for all the news that should be fun.
Number 1.
Hello, this is Jonas, and I've got the first story for you today. Producer of Encanto teases Disney is looking at different ways to expand the franchise. This is by Armando Tinoco from Deadline. In a recent interview, producer Yvette Marino hinted that Disney is working on ways to expand across the company. We're working closely with our friends in publishing and consumer products to make sure, but I don't have anything official to say, but I love the Encanto world and I can't wait to see it expand across the company. Although Marino didn't delve into the idea of a direct sequel to the animated film, she did say that the parent company wants to keep the world of Encanto alive. When a company like the Walt Disney Company says that they want to keep something alive without producing a sequel, that can mean a lot of things. That can mean an animated TV show. In the Disney afternoon days, they would do that with like The Little Mermaid or Aladdin or Hercules or Emperor's New School, 2D animation. Those generally ran for about 65 episodes, and they would just repeat them over and over again on the Disney afternoon. Disney doesn't have that option in the same way they used to. For instance, the latest Little Mermaid is getting a Disney Junior series. The thing I'd like to focus on here is the fact that they say it's publishing and consumer products. In consumer products, well, that means merchandise. As Encanto and Moana are the two most popular children's franchises that Disney owns that are on Disney Plus right now, I think we need to get ready to see Mirabel and the Family Madrigal on all kinds of things. Also a reminder that the Encanto Land that they talked about at D23, that's not coming for at least 10 years, and they said they were considering it. So it's not even a sure thing. So Disney sounds like they've got a lot of ideas of what to do with Encanto, and they don't know if any of those ideas would work. Otherwise, they'd be announcing something. I don't know. What do you think? Let us know in the comments down below.
Number 2.
In a bold move reflecting the sad state of leadership and strategy in the entertainment industry, Best Buy, one of the largest consumer electronics retailers, has set a clear checkout date for DVDs and Blu-rays. The company will actually see sales of these physical media formats both in stores and online by early 2024. This supposedly strategic decision, initiated approximately 9 months ago, is Best Buy's response to a shifting tide in consumer behavior, or so they would have you think. Hi folks, it's CC here again with That Park Place with today's story, quirky business story, inspired by Todd Spangler over at Variety. Yes, it's true, this decision by Best Buy comes at a time when physical media sales have been steadily dwindling, so let's focus on the pure numbers here. Recent data from the trade association, the DEG, which is the Digital Entertainment Group, highlights a substantial 28% decline in U.S. physical media revenue in the first half of 2023. It dropped to $754 million from $1.05 billion. Compared to the same period in the previous year. Now, what they fail to acknowledge is that there is substantially less quality in film and television products at the moment. They also fail to note that the massive hit to the economy has, well, been pretty brutal and has had a profound effect on purchase goods across the board. Regardless of those facts, the physical entertainment marketplace will now rely more heavily on Walmart, Amazon, and Target as the source for physical media collection. So the truth is, as a matter of design, the physical marketplace for media will be smaller, hinging off of Best Buy's exit. Best Buy, of course, claims that they were driven to it by the shifting landscape to streaming. Really? Press X'd it out. Anyway, what do you think? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments section below.
Number 3.
Hello, this is Lorena of the Lorena Creole YouTube channel, keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. And speaking of keeping it real, it looks like Droids are going to be coming back to Disneyland soon. No word if they're going to be allowed at Oga's Cantina or not. Coming to us from WW News Today, Video. Imagineers test BD-1 style roaming droids in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. Apparently, these BD droids have come to explore Black Spire Outpost at Disneyland. The most commonly known BD droid is BD-1, Cal Kestis' droid companion from the Jedi Fallen Order video game series. You see the sign there that says the droids are in training. I actually think that's really, really cute. As you can see, they are bipedal, so they're not rolling like the style we see with R2-D2 or the droids that you can put together at the Droid Depot. These are more walking like I would say like the AT-STs are, but smaller, a little more graceful. You see all three of them. There's a green one, there's a blue one, and there's an orange one. As an engineer, I'm enthralled looking at this. I think these are so great. And then they went to visit their friends outside the Droid Depot. There you go. How cool is that? Disney research team unveiled a new child-sized walking robot during a presentation at the 2023 IEEE RSJ International Conference on Intelligent Robots and Systems, known as iVoice, in Detroit. The robot, which is the same as the BD unit that was training in Disneyland today, is related to the patent Disney filed recently for a bipedal robot with different walking styles. So what do you think hearing this news about these cute little new bipedal droids that are being tested now in Disneyland at Galaxy's Edge? Is this something that if it's implemented, you definitely are more apt to visit Galaxy's Edge? And for those of us who visit Walt Disney World, or I should say those of you who visit Walt Disney World, is this something that you would want coming to Galaxy's Edge there? Let us know in the comments.
Number 4. Hey folks, it's WDW Pro here with a review of Sonic Superstars, the brand new game from Sega that is for essentially every console that is current. Yes, it is all 3D graphics, but it is definitely a 2D platformer. That means you're going left to right or right to left. And it's not the only big platformer coming out this year. It feels like we're back in 1993 again. And Mario Wonder will be making its appearance late this week. So what are you to do and how do you decide between the two of these? I say you simply can't. You're going to have to buy both if you have the financial means to do so. How can you possibly put one over the other? And if you've played the Sonic games from the Sega era, which almost all of you assuredly have, and if you've played the Mario games, which are 2D platformers, well, then you know what you're getting here. Except maybe you didn't. Maybe you wondered, was Sonic Superstars good, or was it the mediocre fare that the Hedgehog has suffered under for so long? No, this is fantastic. Are there issues with multiplayer? Perhaps. But in terms of the core gameplay, you are going to have a blast with this one if you enjoyed Sonic games at all. Is it as good as Sonic Mania? Well, it's longer than Sonic Mania. It's prettier than Sonic Mania. The music, not quite as good, and the level design, not quite as good. But in terms of is it worth it? You bet. Go get this one. 8.5 is my score. Number 5.
Vash Sky here with our next story, this time from Screenscape. A video showing off the new version of Frozen Ever After at Hong Kong Disneyland can be seen below. This new version of the ride is very similar in form to the original built at Epcot, though the Hong Kong version seems to have more extensive scenery, updated animatronics, and seems to be slightly longer. This all makes sense as the Hong Kong version was built from scratch for this concept, while the Epcot version was a retheme of the previously existing Maelstrom ride. With the Maelstrom version of this attraction, over there at Epcot, they had projection faces. Now it looks like they're going to be doing dimensional faces for this ride going forward. I presume this also includes Paris and maybe even portions of the Japanese version. We'll see when those actually open. But this is the reason why I kind of wanted to show this story to you. We've found a new video showing off the new Wandering Oaken Sliding Slaves coaster ride as well. It's very cute, but unfortunately, it's also extremely short. The whole coaster ride from Dispatch to Break Run looks to be only a minute long, with about 15 seconds of that spent on the lift hill itself. So after you actually crest that lift hill, you're talking about a 45-second experience, which is largely, well, unthemed. Now, it does have some stunning rock work and a nice emergency railing on the side, and sometimes those beautiful vistas of the land come into clear view. It lacks the mid-show scene or the end show scene that Walt Disney World's Seven Dwarfs Mine Train ride has, which this takes great inspiration from. And outside of a single show scene in the very beginning, there's there's just not much to look at. The amount of money that went into this ride, it just seems to me, so 45-second ride and basically a repeat of what we have at Epcot. Is that worth it to you to go all the way to Hong Kong to see this thing? Well, let us know in the comments below.
Isn't it fascinating, Vash, that there seems to be a slew of rides that look good and get them these great Instagram moments here, but aren't lasting very long at all. That Shanghai Tron that they brought over to the United States, it looks great on a skyline, but that thing is short. How much of that ride is just you kind of slowly going through glowy stuff?
Oh man, I mean, the show building portion couldn't have been longer than a minute. And outside of that fantastic launch in the intro, it's just very kind of underwhelming, especially for how long that project took, about 6 years, for how much it costs, and for the skyline that it kind of interrupts. It looks good from the front, but when you're in Fantasyland looking at a big boxy building, it just doesn't seem worth the effort.
Well, that's another great to hear on That Park Place. If you have any comments, we love to engage with our commenters down below in the comment section. If you want to look above us, there's some Twitter handles up there for you to converse with us even when we don't have a video. Of course, we've now upgraded to doing 2 videos a day here, some of them longer form discussion. And if there's something that we missed that you want us to talk about, that's a great place to suggest it. Of course, come back here for another day for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com for all the news that should be fun. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.